What's the Italian greeting? I think it's buonasera, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Buonasera! To a very exciting Birds episode of the Puppering Podcast. And it's our first Olympics 2026 show. Oh yeah. Does it feel like it's now getting close now? Yeah, because obviously Canada is the first country that's now stated its hand and now looking at rosters. Well, wasn't that the plan? Yeah, Canada was going to do like this evaluation camp over the summer, and I believe it's going to run until the PHL training camps open, so that'll be probably mid-November, probably? Yeah. Whereas, yeah, probably. Late October, November, anyway. No. Yeah, because as you guys may not be aware, we are going to be in the 25-26 season. We are going to be in an Olympic cycle, which is very exciting. It's so exciting because obviously for me, Milan-Cortina is going to bring this full circle. Because obviously it was the Olympics I got my first taste of women's hockey, and now here we are, 15 years later on, and I'm now the proud day one supporter and advocate of a pro hockey league for women. Yeah, just crazy. It's so exciting. Yeah. So throughout the Olympic cycle, we are going to be doing a lot of Birds episodes of Purple Rain covering the Olympics. We're also going to be doing a lot of stuff during the Olympics as well. It might be more Instagram than actual podcast episodes. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, we are still trying to workshop the ideas. Yeah. So we're going to be doing, so it's going to be a lot of Olympic bonus episodes coming up in the next couple of months. So we get close to February the 4th. I mean, technically, Open 7 is February the 6th, but these days, some events do start a bit earlier. Yeah. It's the same as It's the same as all as well, yeah. The first event for Milan-Cortina will begin on February the 4th. So, February the 3rd is when I will go on Olympic break. Yeah, so, yep. Now, of course, obviously, at the time of recording this particular episode, we do not know what the league's plans are, but I think we've got a pretty strong feeling, given how, obviously, evaluation camp's already started. It does sound like the PHL will be taking that Olympic break, which is probably the wise thing. Yeah. So, yeah, but obviously, so we're gonna have a lot of Birds episodes covering the Olympics in the run up to it, and also during it as well. And also, we're gonna have one massive Birds episode after the Olympics, to talk about the tournament as a whole. That's gonna be the plan. Going forward for this Olympic cycle. So, I mean, to tell you fair, the first one today should be about the actual schedules! Woohoo! Because they are out. And I've already got them put on my phone. Well done, you. Yep. So all the games for the women's tournament are now on my phone. So I'm going to get my phone up, I'm going to go through it all one by one. Very exciting. Just so excited, rest, honestly. It's the favourite time of the year for me. When we get to a winter Olympic cycle, for me, that's the best time. Well, because you prefer it to the summer one. Well, when it comes to the Olympics, if you ask me to choose if I could only watch one, it would be the winter ones. Because the winter Olympics, I just get myself stuck in. I literally just watch anything. Literally anything. Well, for the Summer Olympics, I always just like do a pick and mix. So I just like choose which ones I want to watch and avoid the ones I don't want to watch. It's why when you get towards the Summer Olympics, it's always quite a bit tough because you know a lot of sports that you want to see are now done. You've got to put up with the riff-raff just because it's near the end of the Olympics. Won't be in number 40 if we get the next one. Yeah, but when the games, I'd have to watch anything and everything. But yeah, so Very exciting. So, the women's tournament will begin on the 5th of February. So, that is going to be the day before the opening ceremony on the 6th. And will run all the way up to the 19th. Yes, the 19th of February. The men's tournament, I believe... Now, did the Eastern members of the pack say it began on the 11th? Yeah, men's tournament begins on the 11th of February and runs to the 22nd of February. We need to do a tell with the Eastern lot. Right, okay. Okay. Right. I think the last day of airtime action is February the 5th. Yeah, because I've got to go on that day. Have you? Yeah. So thank God I've wrapped up till with a black till put by because I would not be able to cover that one. Anyway. No. Right, so yeah, so we're gonna go through the schedules for both the groups. I'll also give you the knockout dates as well and so forth. Yeah. Okay. So we'll remind you that for the women's tournament there are 10 teams split into 2 groups, Group A and Group B. In Group A, all 5 teams qualify to the knockout stages regardless, while the top 3 in Group B also qualify. So 8 teams move on to the knockout stages. In Group... Should I do the groups? Do you want to do the groups? You can do the groups. Okay. In Group A, we have the USA, Canada, Finland, Czechia and Switzerland. So basically everybody who is in Group A at the World Championships back in Czechia in April are in Group A. And then shall I do Group B? Yeah. In Group B, you have hosts Italy, Germany, Sweden, Japan and France. Now, of course, I remind you, Germany, Sweden, Japan all got in by winning their qualifiers back in February. That was when Lenny was on the Rugby Series break. And France replaces Russia. We had a little hoo-ha. That's now settled. France is going to be replacing Russia in both men and the women's tour, which kind of surprised the Easterners. I'm like, what, we got a team? Yes, you have. Don't maybe hold out to the host for them. And of course, it's not in because they're the host country. You have to go there. You had to go there, didn't you? You literally had to go there. Well, I'm just saying, they should not begin an automatic birth. I'm just saying. I'll remember that the next time the UK gets to host the Summer Olympics, shall I? Because we had that conversation. It's like, well, I'm sorry, it should not be. Just because they're the host country, they automatically get into the tournament. Sorry, no. I'll move on, shall I? Because we can have this conversation all night. I've been better. Let's move on. Okay, so the group stage actually goes really quick. Yeah, because if you look at it on the calendar, so if you go into the actual IIHF website, it surprises me how fast the group stage is going to go. Because the group stage begins on February the 5th. But the last group stage matches are February the 10th. And then it's a 3-day break to the knockout stages. So, and then the knockout stage then gets staggered. Yep. Yeah. So, yeah. Right, so we'll go through it day by day, and we'll tell you which group they're in. Do we need to tell them who we're rooting for? We can do that at the end. Okay. Well, I think it should be fairly obvious. Well, next year's Olympic cycle's not fairly obvious. Not for the men's. Are you back in Canada? For the men's, yeah? Oh! Why are you surprised by that? I backed them in the Four Nations. Yeah, but that's because it was Conor McDavid. He's on the roster. Okay? He's on the roster. He is one of the 6 initial Team Canada names named. So what's he? I knew that happened. Yeah. Right. Normally, when it comes to the Hockey Tournament Olympics, I back Team USA in both tournaments. And with the men's tournament, it's only because obviously I support US hockey teams. But this is going to be the first Olympic tournament Commodores played in So I've got to back Canada the men's. Well, especially how he's been failed to get a Stanley Cup 2 years in a row now. So yeah, this is probably going to be his best chance to get a meaningful trophy in the bag. But yeah, so that's no shock there. But obviously, of course, no, for the women's tournament, I will be backing Team USA. Regardless if we have any Frost players who are going to be on other nations' rosters, because obviously that can happen. Because we had that situation when the NHL did use some players to the Olympics. We all because there have some Sharks, because there were some Sharks players on different rosters, but I just don't know. I have to go to USA. Is there a chance Max Sabri could be on Canada? He could! He's got an invite to camp! He's got an invite to camp! He could be on! Oh! He could! But we're not here to talk about the men's! We're not here to talk about the men's! We are here to talk about the ladies! Because they're the better tournament. Right, so right, yeah, so for the men's tournament next year, I'll be back in Team Canada. For the women's, I'll be sticking to my US allegiance, okay? Right, let's go for it. So, the women's tournament will open on the 5th of February 2026 and will feature the following matches. So, the times I'm going to give you are the times in the UK, okay? So, if you watch this, you're not in the UK, you have to work them out, okay? No. So, on both the 5th, the opening match will be Group B, Sweden versus Germany. That would be 11 UK time. Then you have Italy. Oh, sorry, yeah. So that Sweden v Germany one, that would be at the Milano-Cortina Ice Hockey Arena. That's Group B. Then at 20 to 2 p.m. UK time, at the Milano-Cortina Arena, you have Italy taking on France. Then at 20 to 4 UK time, you have our first group match. We're going to be taking on Czechia. That would be Group A. That would be at the Milano Arena. And yeah. So, and then finally on that night at the Milano Arena at 8 UK time, you got Finland taking on Canada. So a busy opening day. A busy opening day. I think only Japan and Switzerland will not be in action for those days. But it's going to be a busy opening day of the tournament. So on February the 6th, you've got, as I just mentioned, Japan. I've just mentioned them. On February the 6th, you have France take on Japan at 11 up UK time at Milano Arena. And then at the Milano Santiago Arena at 20 to 2 p.m. UK time, Czechia will host Switzerland. That is also probably the 6th. There's 2 matches that day. Then on February the 7th, it's a busy day. You have Germany take on Japan in Group B. Oh, sorry. Czechia, Switzerland, that's Group A, by the way. I'm going to do the groups. Well, I've already said what groups they are, so don't worry. I know, don't worry. Just get the readers right. Okay. So, February the 7th, you have the first match that night being Germany taking on Japan at 11 UK time at Milano Arena. Then we have Sweden hosting Italy at the Milano Santiago Arena at 20 to 2 UK time. Then we will take on Finland at 20 to 4 UK time. That would be at the Milano Arena. And then Switzerland hosts Canada to finish the night off at 8 UK time at the Milano Arena. Then on February the 8th, there's just 2 matches. It's France against Sweden in Group B at Milano Arena at 20 to 4 UK time. Then at 8 UK time, you got Group A action when Czechia will host Finland, also at the Milano Arena. Yeah. Then, February the 9th, we have Japan against Italy at 11:10 the Milan-Cortina Arena. That's on February the 9th. Followed by Germany against France at the Milan-Cortina Arena at 20:02 UK. At 20:04. Sorry, UK time. At 20:04. Sorry. Then after that, is that also in the same arena? Yes. Then you have at the Milan-Cortina Arena at 7:10 UK time. Switzerland take on the USA. Oh, she's worked it out. Ladies worked it out. Ladies worked out what our last group match is. Don't go ahead of yourself. Then the last game on the February 9th would be Canada against Czechia at Milan-Cortina Arena. That'd be 8:10 UK time. Which I think is like, ladies, you've worked it out. We don't know what's coming. So on February the 10th, which is the last group matches. You're going to have at 11:10, Japan beat Sweden at Milan-Cortina. Then at 20:04 UK time, Italy versus Germany at the Milan-Cortina Arena. Then at 7:10, the big one at Milan-Cortina Arena. Canada, USA! Oh! And that's probably going to determine who's going to win Group A. That is 7:10 UK time. Mark that one down in your calendars and lock it in. And then the final group match will be at 8:10 UK time. That'll be with Sweden. That'll be not Sweden. That'll be Finland against. I'm going to bring up on my phone, so please bear with me. That'll be Finland against Switzerland. Did I nearly say Sweden again? You did. Well, people do confuse them together. Oh yeah, because of the joke with the Woodruff did. So to all you lovely viewers in Switzerland, remember the mum parade around the corner. Goodbye. Who's next? Bloody hell! Bosnia-Herzegovina! No, to Finland beat Switzerland. It's the final group match for the tournament. That'll be Milan-Cortina Arena. That'll be 8:10 UK time. Wow. I can't believe that Canada is our last group match. I know, right? I can't believe that. I know. Crazy. Is that not crazy? That's crazy. Well, make good tally. Not for the Europeans. Oh, God. Because I'm thinking, we're going to probably go see them in the final. Do we need to bubble with this? No. That's impressive. But yeah, so the group matches actually go really, really quick. So I'll tell you what, 5 days? Probably the 5th, probably the 10th? Yeah, give or take, yeah. Can I remind who's on probably the 7th? Oh, because we're out! Yeah, we're going to be at a concert. Nashville, the Encores Tour. On February the 7th, we're going to be the O2 Apollo. USA and Finland 10-4, 20-4, and Switzerland kind of 8:10. Yeah, so we're probably going to go missing both of those. Because by the time ours was big, we would need to be out. Yeah, but we're taking on Switzerland, so lazy! So it's not really worth bothering about it. Oh my God! Well, let's face it. How many goals did they score in the preliminaries of the World Championships? 1. And I can't remember who it was against. It might have been Czechia. Or Finland. I can't remember who it was. No, Switzerland did not do well in the World Championships this year. They really didn't. They did not. But, hey, I'm not going to moan about that. But they beat Sweden in the 5th place match. Which was a bit of a shocker. And it was, given how Sweden walked the group of the World Championships back in April. Right, so those are the group stages. So then after that, it then sort of stagnates. Is that the right word? Yeah. You might not pronounce it correctly. Alright, but it then stagnates after that. So the knockout stage will begin on February the 13th. So, on February the 13th, you've got 2 quarterfinal matchups. One at 20 to 4 UK time, the other 10 past 8 UK time. The other 2 quarterfinal matchups will happen on Valentine's Day! Oh, no love lost there. So I didn't do into that yet. Sorry, so February 13th, the 20 to 4 one will be at Milano, Rio. The 10 past 8 one will be at Milano, Rio as well. So February the 14th, both of them will be at Milano, Rio Arena at the same time. So the afternoon, so there'll be one afternoon, 20 to 4 UK time. There will then be 10 past 8 UK time. Then on February the 16th, we will go to the semi-finals. Both of those take on the February the 16th. Both of those will be at the Milano Sant'Igoro Arena. One at 10:20 to 4 UK time, the other 10 past 8 UK time. And then both male matches on February the 19th will take place at Milano Sant'Igoro Ice Hockey Arena. The bronze male match will be 22 2 UK time. The gold medal match will be 10 past 6 UK time. So lock those down in your diaries or your calendars, which would be things preferred. So yeah, so there you go. So it's a busy schedule, but I remember it always has been. Women's, yeah, the women's tour has always been a action-packed, fast-paced, but the men's that like to stagnate. Well, I don't see the point, because you can watch men's hockey any time of year. Put that there. Put that there. And a double. Both hands. Pull! You might not see the last bit. Go. Pull! There you go. Just in case you didn't see the last bit of our little. There. For those of you watching. Yeah, so so it's gonna be really exciting. It's always so exciting. And it's a very well European tournament this time. I mean, there's only 3 teams who are not in Europe. Us, Canada, and Japan. Yeah, which is really gonna help the PHL's cause to try and use Milan-Cortina games to grow our footprint. Yeah, because the league wants to use the Olympics next year as a way to grow our European footprint, which is a good idea, especially how obviously 2026 and 2030's games are both going to be held in Europe. So after Milan-Cortina next year, it will in 2030 be going to the French Alps. So basically, don't worry, France. Don't you dare! Don't worry, France, if you don't do well this year, because you'll have 2030. Pluto! That. Hold him down. Oh! You had that coming. Oh! You're not helping yourself, dear. No. It's going. You can claim that you're now committed, but your rote inside is technically still showing. But there you go. We are still only few. Well, we are technically what? I don't know. 3 months out from the start of the next season. So you've still got some time left to get it out of your system. You went that hard. Don't. You had that coming. I've never known you be like this with sports before. You've never said this before. Well, you never asked. Like I said, I'll say no more. But obviously the next 2 Winter Olympics are in European soil. So if you are a league that wants to grow your European footprint, whether that is to try and attract European players or to get European viewers on board, then really the Olympics is a perfect opportunity to do it. Now, Czechia obviously hosts the World Championships this year, and that also could be a way to do it as well. But not many people will be watching World Championships compared to Olympics. No, we can't. No, we can't. We can follow the more choices by your phone and the box on the IHS website. The box scores, yeah, the game centres, yeah. Right. Yeah. And of course, if we want to have these European games, these exhibition European games, where we can bring 2 or maybe 4 PHL teams over to a European city for a long weekend, do exhibition matches there, yeah. 4. Well, we are going to do after on this, right? I've got a proposal. There are 2 ways you could do it. You could either have it be like a LB, like a. No, go on, you tell me. It could be like an LB London series where you just bring 2 teams over for the weekend and play a weekend series there. Or you could do what they did in 2023 when you had the. Oh god, who was it? What was naughty? I believe it was Maple Leafs, Red Wings, Starters, and Nordy. I remember Nordy being on it because what's he doing there? He's not in the Atlantic Division. Yeah. Did 4 teams go out and they can play like a round robin style thing. So I'm gonna do it. Also, I need to iron out this proposal, and so I can give it, so I can pitch it to you guys on the show. But yeah. So yeah. No, so I've been. It's gonna be interesting. I would love to at the end of Milan-Cortina. I'd love to see a date, so like some spreadsheets of viewing figures. So like who is watching these games in which particular European countries to look at targeting for potential exhibition. Yeah. Right, so yeah. Firstly, it's so exciting. So there you go. Those are the schedules. I am gonna create some. I'm going to create posts with the schedules for groups A and B to put on my Instagram. Yeah. Because obviously, we've literally just run it off to you by there from my phone. But I'm going to create some. I'll create some image posts to put on. Yeah, because your Instagram's going to be busy doing. Yeah, I think Instagram's going to be where the bulk of our Olympic content is going to be during the games. I'm going to be doing post-game recaps. I'm going to be doing some videos as well. Yeah. So like video recaps as well. But they'll be for the end of the week. So there'll be like a. So I'm going to do 2 forms of recaps for each Olympic, for the Olympics. What I do with the frost. Yeah. So just an image like a photo recap with the score on and that. And then at the end of each week, I'm going to do like a full-blown recap of that week's games. Yeah. Because some days I won't be able to do one afterwards now, so I thought I'll just do it the whole week. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. And also, we're going to do post-party each Olympic roster. Yeah. And of course, we'll also do business as well. Yeah. So my Instagram's going to be very, very busy over those couple of weeks in February next year. So if you want to follow now in the barns, my handle is @GeorgeHandMusic. The link to it is always in every single video, along with my other socials. Yeah, so there's no excuse not to go and give it a follow. And of course, we also do a lot of my advocacy work for the PDHL as a whole. Yeah. So in case you want to check that out as well. But can I say, I am to finish off. I am just so excited for next year's tournament, because obviously, this to me is the full circle moment. I was only 13 at the time of Finn the Whale hosting those Vancouver Olympics in 2010. And can I also point something out? You were only with the Sharks for a year. Yeah, it was literally the year after you had picked your AHL team. So you actually had been with the Sharks that very long. Then here we go, AHL teams host the Olympic Games, and you're having to throw yourself into 2 types of hockey. Yeah. But I got on it quick. Yeah. And since 2010, I've always made sure the one event we always watch, without fail, is women's hockey. Yeah. Oh, Sochi was a horror. Oh, yeah. Me and Lenny still don't forget Sochi. Well, I don't forget because it was during my or two things. Number one, it was during my GCSE years. I was doing my I was during the Sochi games. I was in the thrust of coursework, a lot of control assessments and my French oral and writing exams. So yeah, I was one of the thrust of the horror that is GCSEs during those games. But the other reason we remember it is, of course, obviously Marie-Philippe Poulain crushing our hopes and dreams for a US gold. And we almost had it. Yeah. We almost had it. And then, Ruddy Poulain! And who'd have thought 10 years later, from those games, we would be still saying that. But for different reasons. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. And then Pyeongchang was memorable, because obviously that's when we really got vertigo, because obviously we had no idea the USA hadn't won a gold in 20 years. Nope. And after that, I can now technically run through every single winner of the Women's Hockey Olympics. I won't do it now. I think you should. Should I do that? Right. Oh god, go on, to finish out. Right, come on. Where was 98? Oh, you want to do cities? Yeah. Right. I feel I don't remember. Well, I was only one and a half at the time. God, George, you're older than the Women's Olympic Hockey Programme. I know, I'm an old man. I'm 50 next year. I'm a very old man. Despite being born in 1996. Pluto, we've been through this. My mental age is 20 years older than my biological clock. We've already been through this. Right. Nagano. Right, we're going to do it. To finish off. Right. Nagano, 1998. USA. Salt Lake City, 2002. Canada. Torino, 2006. Canada. Vancouver 2010. Canada, of course. Frozen Sasa, which is the end of the show. Sochi 2014. Canada. No, he did say Canada. It was a little. I also talk about had a bit of a Qatar build. Okay, fine. Pyeongchang 2018. USA. Impaled in a shootout. Beijing 2022. Canada. There you go. That's all of them. That's all of them correct. There you go. What can I say? Women's hockey fans are more ashamed than men's hockey fans. Yeah, but for me, these games I'm not going to do, it's going to be that full circle moment. My first taste of women's hockey was at Olympics in 2010. Here we are now, 15 years later, and I'm a proud day one supporter and advocate to a pro hockey league for women. And of course, we are the day one supporters of the inaugural back-to-back World Cup champions. Yep, indeed. So, I'm just so excited for this tournament next year, because it's going to be a full circle moment. And I think it's going to be interesting to see. I'm going to pitch off. Given how we're going to expect the PHL players to go next year, it's going to be interesting to see if that international gap will start to close or not. Because we think it's still a few cycles away. But, yeah. But the thing with the PHL now in existence, it now means that the possibility that international gap can now close. So, teams like Czechia, for instance, could in a few cycles' time actually threaten USA and Canada for the gold. It's very likely it'll be US and Canada next year, but who knows, maybe we get to the French Alps, or we get to Salt Lake City maybe the international gap will close, and be Czechia, at the very least, could friend. Yeah. Well, they came close, didn't they, in the win? Oh! They so should have had that bronze at the World Championships this year. They so should have. Yeah. Heartbreaks for them. Yeah, so there we go. So yeah, so our first Olympic hockey show that we're going to be doing on Purple Ray over the next couple of months in the lead up to the case. As ladies mentioned, Canada has already started their evaluation camp to select their rosters. They've also got their coaching staff sorted, so we're going to do that on that. Anytime there's an update regarding any of the 10 nations, we will, whether it's rosters or coaching staff, we'll let you know. So we'll do that on Canada's in the near future. Yeah, it's going to be so exciting. So between now and March, we're going to have a lot of Olympic content coming on Purple Rain, along with what we already do for the PDHL. Yeah, so it's going to be a very, very busy couple of months for Purple Rain. But you know what? I'd rather have that. Yeah, I'd rather have that. Yeah, I'd rather have that. Because so much women's hockey stuff goes on even when the PDHL's not in action. Yeah, so, and that's why we're here. We're here to cover it all the time. Yeah, we never go away. Yeah. Purple Rain. That's the difference between Purple Rain and Teleport. Teleport did have a summer holiday. Purple Rain doesn't. Which I actually, you know what? I mean, works better because I'd rather talk more about women's hockey than men's. Yeah, I'd rather just talk about women's hockey, not men's. So, yeah. But it's getting exciting. Of course, us three are all going to be here, all those shows. Yeah, because obviously us three are all going to be glued to our plasmas from the 5th of February 2026. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, so it's exciting times are ahead. So yeah, so I think we had to literally start with the schedules for our first Olympic hockey show for today. And obviously we'll first of all to come in the months leading up to it. But it's so exciting. Yeah, so basically get those dates your diaries now. Lock them in. It's already mine. Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, it's gonna be here before you know it, guys. It will be here before you know it. Milan-Cortina will be here before you know it. Yeah. I know we're still in the horrors, the torture of the hot summer, but we will be here before you know it. It will be here before you know it. Yeah. Yeah. So.